All right, so today on the way up here, I was in my Uber and I looked out the window and I saw Nick Cave. Hand to God, I saw Nick Cave walking up 4th Street right around near Market where Old Navy is. And traffic was very slow, and I looked over at Nick Cave. I don't know if you folks know this, but Nick Cave is surrounded by a 5-foot energy field, and it's known as the Nick Cave Heights. And so regular people would walk through the Nick Cave Heights, and for a split second, they would feel, oh my God, this is what it is to be as cool as Nick Cave is on planet Earth. It was like what we know about a fish consciousness, fish. You have like a 1.5 minute consciousness to think, oh my God, I'm a fish. Oh my God, I'm a fish. Except this is what was happening to the people as they walked by Nick Cave. And, oh my God, I could be as cool as Nick Cave. Same place, same thing, same place. Oh my God, I too could be cool as Nick Cave is. I watched each of them have this effect as they walked through the Nick Cave Heights. This is what Pacific Heights kind of was to me. And there's the Pacific Heights, the one we know, it's here in San Francisco. But every city has a Pacific Heights. There's one in New York City, there's the Upper East Side, there's one in Washington, D.C., maybe Glover Park, or maybe Potomac, or Bethesda, Chevy Chase. So we know that there's like a Pacific Heights all over. If you look for it, there's one. There's also Pacific Heights as a mind. There's a Pacific Heights, it's metaphysical. It's bounded by certain names. Riley, Tanner, Chad, Skylar, Seth, Scooter, Skip, Kip. There's certain schools that are, Dalton, Landon, if you're from DC, Sidwell Friends. There's certain neighborhoods, Glover Park where I lived, right around the corner from Sidwell Friends. So we were all in this Pacific Heights. France, it's not a Pacific Heights, that's called a country. I learned this the hard way. Once Cinco de Mayo, I don't know, I was using this part of my body, and I was talking to her, and somehow I ended up in that walkway between buildings in my boxer briefs with a phone and nothing else. It's called volatility, folks. And so I'm there and I text my friend, I go, come, I need exfil right now, rescue me. And my friend, to his credit, he pulls up, like 15 minutes later, he's got a pair of sweats, a pair of flip-flops, and he goes, say nothing until we reach our first destination. I got instructions and a destination, bring it. What was our destination? It was the Elite Cafe. We go into the Elite Cafe, he goes, I want some champers, I want some oysters. He says, don't say anything, Michael. I don't want any sparkling, I want Prosecco, I want champers and oysters. They come. He goes, okay, tell me everything. And I do. He listens, he doesn't say anything, he just nods. And then we finish there, he goes, we've got another place to go. It's right across the street, Harry's Bar. We go to Harry's Bar, he goes, don't say anything, don't say anything. It's Bloody Mary's. We get the Bloody Marys, and he goes, I want you to listen. And I did. And he told me the truths. And that's the last thing I remember. I remember his roommate came, designated driver. There are places. That was my first Pacific Height. So then I meet her. We worked at a place called Esprit de Corps. I don't know if you guys remember that place. I made it myself. I was in business services at first. This was before the internet existed. So people would write things in hand, and then you would type it into the TTY, and they would send it through the wires, like by pigeons. They were carried pigeons, they would fly through the wires. And then I got into PR. It was in the design room. The first time I saw her, she came around the corner, and it was like she was a big bird, and she was surrounded by Cantonese-speaking MBA little birds. And they would fly around her like a murmuration of just brilliance in global production. I would move in with her, we would meld, and then we would move on, but not before the longest long division in the history of interpersonal mathematics. We wouldn't find the solution until we reached New York. It was a book party, friend, we flew from here to there, Soho Grand, Indochine, Joe's Pub. It's my turn to get around. Go to the bar. I'm caught between Russian loveliness. On this side, there's Katerina 1, and on that side, there's Katerina 2. Katerina 1, she'd been like the Ralph Lauren. Like Katerina 2 had been some sort of Donna Karan thing. And I was standing between Russian excellence. We said hello in the way people do without actually saying words. And finally, Katerina 1 looks down, she goes, little man in the perfect suit. What are you thinking about down there? I look up at her and I think, I'm thinking about how to say we're all tall in places in Russian. You'll get it. There it is. And then Katerina too says, "You're a very funny little man in the perfect suit. What do you think? What are you thinking about right now?" And I go, "I'm thinking about whether you are from Krypton or Asgard, because you're clearly superheroes." And they go, "We're from Krypton, because clearly we're DC people. Marvel Universe is not cool at all." And I think to myself, Marvel Universe? Russians? And so I looked at the bartender, I paid our tab, I paid their tab, I touched them both lightly in the waist, and I said, "Let's go." And I walked out. I didn't know what was gonna happen next. I wait, 1 minute, 2 minutes, they come out, we get into a cab, and we leave. Meanwhile, the person I live with in San Francisco, the one I met at Esprit, the one we moved to Pacific Heights with, she's still at Joe's Pub. I go to their apartment in the village. The windows are just wonderful. They've got thread count. Their towels are gorgeous. They've got flip-flops, little guest flip-flops. They've got the little rubby gloves you use in the shower. They had guest those too. There's a guest toothbrush. There's everything you need. Did I mention the thread count? Katerina too goes to bed. At a certain point, Katerina 1 and I are in flagrante delicto, as we say, and I look up at her and I go, "The human drama of athletic competition. You are Jim McKay, like just godly, ungodly." And she goes, "Yes, Michael, but this event was not in the wide world of sports." Nobody remembers the wide world of sports.
Thrill of victory.
The thrill of victory. There was no agony with it. It's just the human drama, is all I'm telling you. So the next morning, we're having morning hugs. And I said to them, as we both are sort of hugging, I said, "This is such a wonderful time." And I go, "Wow, party really is such sweet sorrow." And she goes, "Yes, but the mandala is pretty, no?" I go, "The mandala? How do you guys know this stuff?" So I leave. I know there's going to be consequences, and sure enough, there were. I get back to the hotel. She takes a swing at me. I let myself get hit just from shame, and we fly back to San Francisco. Maybe 24 hours lapse before I never see her again. And so my Pacific low would be a few months hence, alone in the apartment, listening to the radio and having all the feelings as one does. Song comes on, "Everything in Its Right Place" by Radiohead. Anybody? Kid A, the album? Anybody? Yes. So it comes on, and as free men do, I call that DJ immediately to let him know that he'd made my day. It was Garth Trinidad, KCRW. I call Garth. He listens. I go on too long. He lets me figure it out for myself. I do, and then I apologize. He takes the weight, so I save face. I hang up the phone, and I'm just sitting there like, you can't even do a call to the DJ the right way. So then he does, the part where they do the songs, so they list what the song was, what the band was. He gets it, "Everything in Its Right Place," Radiohead. He goes, "I'd like to send a shout out to Don Miguel in San Francisco," as I was known at that time. "Know this, Don Miguel, we are with you." He says my name on KCRW. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Jesus wept, but I sure did. And so that's what I learned. I learned that you can't live our lives in a magical universe of Pacific Heights. You've got to live it here and now, in reality. And I learned that reality is not such a bad place to be. Reality is not such a bad place to be. The Pacific Heights is still wonderful. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was my Pacific Height, my Pacific love, and my reality reveal.